onto the carbs for the second part. I'm hoping it will be just 2 parts, not a 3-part, but we'll see how we go. So let's get cracking. Right, just to start with, I've actually concentrated on just this first carb. I've actually cleaned up the shaft of the diaphragm, did a quick polish of one of the tops. If I bring that in closer, you can see it still needs a bit more. These are not brilliant, as you can see all the pitting, so I'd have to take that down further. Again, the actual main float bowl, I've actually cleaned that out. So giving it a quick wipe over, it's got some greasy bits on it still, but it's taken all the residue off. I left that basically to soak in like a soluble cleaner. So basically, yes, the screws that I were a bit mashed up, new ones have arrived. So as you can see, they're all nice and shiny there. So again, them screws won't be needing. So again, carb kits are all arrived. So that is enough to actually rebuild the main float. As you'll notice on, if you can see that, this bit here, as you can see, that's the old one. You need to remove this top filter. So literally it is just pop out. Obviously careful while you're doing it, because you don't want it to fly off and disappear. So it's just a very fine, like, screwdriver. And there you go. That's, hope you can see that, that's the part you need to keep. Again, I'll probably just soak that in some cleaner. But that bit, that's no good. Right, I've actually started doing some work on this one. As you can see, this is all cleaned up a lot better. Did give the outside a bit of a clean up, and the base is fine. I just need to do these bits here and here where you've just got residue. So all I'm doing is just, I've got a bit of soluble cleaner in here and literally just scrubbing round. And just wipe off with a rag. As you can see, oh. There you go. As you can see, that one's come up really well. Obviously when you compare it to the others. Right, so as I say, I'm just going to get this first one done so it gives you an idea, and then basically throughout the throughout the remaining 3, you just replicate what you've done on the first one. So firstly, I say that's all been cleaned out. Right, to with the needle. Give us a slide. Make sure the diaphragm is nicely lined up. As you'll see on this one, there are notches which corresponds with a sort of a tab on the side of the diaphragm. And goes the main spring, which fits over. Just loosely fit the screws to start with, just so it can hold it down, because obviously if you just put one in, it will ping off in a different direction. And then tighten after. That's one of the tops done. As you can see in there, it's all moving freely. Right, flip the carb over. Floats, I've already given that a bit of a clean up. So basically all I need from the bits I took off would obviously be float chamber, the pin which holds the floats, the jet. Again, that's had a bit of a clean up. Obviously the small filter, and also I need the retaining bracket and the screw. So that's basically what I need from the original as I took it off. What I don't need is basically everything in here. The old gasket's no good, the screws are no good. So here's the kit. So you've got a new gasket. new jet, large O-ring, fits over top, then you take your old filter and that just pushes down and pops down. Right, that just literally, let's just zoom you in a bit more, that just pops in. Jet fits inside. Right, fit the bracket, just loose for now. That holds the main jet in place. Just wanted to check I can still get the floats in, so now I've just tightened that up. That's the pin done. Back in with the jet. Right, so on the actual float, you've got another screw with another washer behind it, which is the last washer you need. And that one is basically there. And then literally back in it goes. Right. For the gasket, as you can see again, it fits in that way. There's a lip there with a cutout. That is for that washer. So carefully drop that in. Slide it over. Float bowl is exactly the same, so you know which way it goes. Slide over. With the new screws, tighten down. And then go back and retighten. like that. It's basically one rebuilt carb. Returns nicely, everything's clean, choke mechanism works properly. Throttle works properly. And then literally it is a case of I just need to repeat the same thing for each one as I work along. Well, I hope that was helpful. As I say, I didn't want to bore you with obviously doing all four, so I've just done the first one to start with. It gives you an idea. You literally repeat the process, obviously keeping it in its individual trays, and then you work through the whole carb. As I say, there's still more to do on this one. I've got the next 3 to clean out, but it was just to give you an insight of basically how you clean the carb up, and how you do a rebuild basically on it. And as I say, as soon as that's I finish the rest, then obviously they're ready to go back in the bike. So thanks for watching. Join me again next time. Cheers. Bye.